I've just been spraying the midway on because there have been a lot of flies here, and even though we're not a midgy area, what was interesting, as soon as I did that, a massive midge just landed on my hand. So there you go. They didn't like the midway, and that's obviously been completely aggravating this condition. So I think the poor bugger will start to feel so much better. He's actually already stopped scratching his head. He's definitely not as itchy as what he was. And his head's looking a lot better too, because he was scratching his head. So this is day 2 of me treating Hilwert. We had a lot of rain yesterday, so I couldn't do this. But what I had done is I have trimmed his fetlocks and all the feathers right off, because I couldn't access and see how much crusty material was happening. And I've been using the Greaser Heal. So he gets a shampoo with a medicated natural shampoo, which is the Equiday one that we've got, the one that we stock. But already I can feel there's a lot of heat coming down here into his lower limbs, because there is definitely a detoxing going on, because he's been on he started the Infecticlear back at Deb's place, so he's already been on the Infecticlear about a week and a half already, and it's about now we start to see a bit of a flare up of the condition, heat, that sort of thing happening, which is what we consider a bit of a, you know, an elimination crisis or a detoxing crisis. People would consider that's the case. You can see when we've trimmed, he's got the ergots sort of that need trimming. He's also a bit high in the heel. I've got my barefoot trimmer coming to, we'll straighten all of those things up. We've also noticed other sort of weird things happening with him. And the first thing that I noticed when he went out into the paddock is he found a tree and just started rubbing his neck on it. Well, that's classic Queensland itch. So I think he's had Queensland itch. Being on the coast, I think he's got a bit of paspalum toxicity and the allergy. And then all of that combined has resulted in this greasy heel, flare-up, rain rot, because it was also very wet where he was. So that's a multitude of problems. Now he has, even though he's in a lovely paddock and I've been feeding him, he has dramatically lost weight in the last 24 hours. But that's what happens when you move a stallion into another environment. I've moved mares, he's just got my stallion for company and another gelding. They'll soon sort it out and he'll soon start grazing, and as soon as that happens and this detoxing finishes, he'll start to change. The other thing I want to point out is his coat is really dull, and it was, even when he came, it was dull. It's quite coarse, and he also looks a bit dehydrated. I think he is drinking. Oh, and we also found this lump here, which I didn't notice before. It's definitely not an injury in our paddock because there's nothing for him to bang it on, but I just noticed that just now, a bit of a lump.
What's he eating?
Oh, and he's eating, so I'm bringing him down. I want him to associate any therapy with comfort, so I'm just feeding him, but I'm feeding him Speedi-beet and a base as the base, plus the herbs, which I've already discussed, which is Equigesta Pre, Fetlocks, Tendon and Bone. I've just put him on the Allergy because I realised the Queensland itch was an issue. You need anti-anaphylaxis herbs for that. That's in the Allergy. We're just trialling a new product by Sen Equine, which is the pellet, the no-grain pellet. It does have lupins in it. Again, it's a legume, but we'll see how it goes. So he seems to be enjoying that quite nicely. So I'm hoping over the next month we'll see a bit of a dramatic change happening, and we'll get on top of some of these issues.